Boston, and a little later on a full moon. All right, perfect time for one of the oldest, meanest rivalries that goes back 89 years. NBC Sports Network brings you the Boston Bruins and the Montreal Canadiens. The drama builds with the Honda Pilot starting goalies. Only 25, sixth year in the league, all with Montreal. Carey Price, 16th start in 18 games, one of the 5 winningest goalies in the league this year. Only 25, sixth year in the league, all with Boston. Tuukka Rask, 13th start in 18 games. Of all the goalies, second in goals against, third in save percentage. Milan Lucic was heavily involved last game, had a fight with Brandon Prust. In that last game here, March the 3rd, an instigator, 4 majors of misconduct, 60 shots, 7 goals. Montreal won it 4-3. And so we began the third of 4 that will be played between these two teams this year. And this one is for first and the second spot in the Eastern Conference. He takes the man, that helped. Gionta fed it back. Plekanec returned it to him. And Gionta, the Boston College product, gave it to Plekanec. Plekanec working to the outside. Chased behind by Chara. Met there, and to the outside they bring it. Thrown around in front to Ryder. Score! Michael Ryder at 4:15, and it's 1-0 Canadiens.
Eddie, what a play by Thomas Plekanec. It broke down the Boston Bruins in zone coverage.
Well, there's Thomas Plekanec. Now watch what ends up happening. The Montreal Canadiens get to the front of the net, but stop it right here. Watch what ends up happening. Krug is on Plekanec, but he lets him go. He gives him time and space. Once that happens, Michael Ryder's right there, and he has all day to tee it up. Almost too much time. It goes right between the legs of Rask.
Well, there was no switch call made, so you see how wide open Ryder is because there was no switch call from Krug to Krejci. Created a huge problem for them.
Yeah, it looked like it went in between, not between the legs. Looked like it went between the glove hand and the left leg of Tuukka Rask, but too much time and space there.
That one has bounced back out off of Rask, played back along near Markov. Has quite a duel on his hands there with Tyler Seguin, and still they scrap, and Seguin got it out to Pye. Right back to Seguin, who moves back in. Seguin protects and slings one, not once but twice, off the paraphernalia of Price.
Pretty good job by Emelin.
Meanwhile, this is played on by Hamilton and off of Horton and back deep. Burrowing in as Lucic took the hit, brushed it around behind. Krejci to play it. All the way back. Hamilton a shot, and that one blocked aside. Getting back to his feet and wrestling in the corner is Lucic. More battling between Krejci. Oh, he took a whack and a couple of whacks from Markov, and they have quite an exchange going. Still eye to eye as the puck is at the other end. Nose to nose, they shove some more. Canadiens in the midst of a change. And Krejci remains at the red line, and now we'll come to the Bruins bench, and we get an icing.
Well, I have news for you, Eddie and Doc. Andre Markov trying to show David Krejci and the Boston Bruins hanging there. Blunden and Gregory Campbell both have their gloves off.
Well, it is Moen who will be the guy to step in with Campbell now. 6'2", 215 for the white shirt. 6 feet, 197 for the black shirt. Two honorable Canadian guys take their majors and sit. And both teams pound their sticks on the boards. A penalty is coming up. It will be against Boston. Eller on the delayed call behind. Hammered there by Hamilton, who kicked it ahead. And so Montreal, with a power play that has been tremendous lately, may wind up evening this thing up and not having a power play. We'll see.
It's going to be on Zdeno Chara in behind the net.
For sure on that one, and then we'll see what happens with Dougie Hamilton and Lars Eller, Eddie.
So now this is where the officiating crew's got to get control of this, because right now, after what happened with Markov and Krejci, then you had the fight. Now you have the penalty here on Zdeno Chara, and some more penalties as well. You can't let it get too far out of hand if your referees Greg Kimberly and Chris Rooney. Well, there's the penalty right there, to stick up by Zdeno Chara. That is a penalty. Well, Michael Blunden.
And this is where they try to get it under control. That's Tony Saracolo and Jean Morin, the two linesmen. But you talked about getting it under control. When you have those extra skirmishes, you just throw guys into the box. Claude Julien wasn't happy when I talked to him. I don't think his players are happy either. The Montreal Canadiens have to be careful, Eddie. I don't know what your theory is on this. Boston wants to turn this into a street fight. I don't think the Canadiens need to go there right now, and I don't think they should go there.
Yeah, they have the momentum.
Floated wide, it bounced to Subban. Jostled off behind, played along by Gianta. Penalty coming up.
It's going to be on Brad Marchand.
Oh yeah, it is. Both officials had their hands up at the same time. Kimberly and Rooney.
Watch where the stick is of Brad Marchand on this forecheck. When he's going in for the forecheck, you got to watch where his hands and his stick are. He lifts his stick up and catches Subban right upside the side of the head. Got to get that stick buried on the ice. And there's no doubt that Subban certainly felt that and sold that call. But when the stick comes around your helmet, most players in the league will start throwing their heads back and making sure the referee looks and sees the stick up above the shoulder.
Now they've sent another message. No more stick violations. That's 2 in a row now. We've seen in less than 15 seconds.
Oh! Chara to Seidenberg. Asking for it as Marchand, and he has it. Flipped one in front, and Krejci jammed it. It's held by Price, and a crowd gathers, and there's more, and Markov wades in, and again it's Krejci.
Boy, beautiful little play there by Brad Marchand as he came out of the penalty box. Now you got Subban and Bergeron talking at it. I think this is where the officials now just got to say, you know what, if you guys keep acting like this or keeps going like this, you just start giving 10-minute misconducts. You give a 10-minute misconduct to somebody, then it's going to stop. But here's that play by Marchand, a beautiful redirect there by David Krejci. A difficult stop there for Carey Price.
Yeah, no question that was a difficult stop. Krejci going to the net with his stick on the ice, and Carey Price loses the puck. But a good job again by making sure there's no second chance opportunity.
Barons floats it behind. Campbell turns with it there. Wedged off by Subban. Played back on and protected by Eller. Lars Eller chased off by Horton. Has to make a quick play. Off Colby Armstrong. It's eventually forced on back into the Bruins' end. And the siren goes to end the first period. 20 minutes in penalties, 20 hits, 15 shots, 1 goal in the first period.
Nobody played more than Andrei Markov, defenseman for the Canadiens, played .903 in that first period. Nor the Canadiens played last night in Pittsburgh.
This one brought ahead for a throw that went just wide of the cage, is gliding across with Bergeron on the try from Sagan, and all the way down it goes for a Heising. Fired back around.
Eddie and Doc, Claude Julien is beside himself. He's furious with his team not skating.
Rich Peverly to the outside. Threw one in front. Rattled off of Price. Walked right back ahead by Lars Eller. Surrounded by black and gold and emerging with it. It goes back to the point. Score! What a rocket that comes from Subban.
Again, they're not moving, and Montreal's moving, and Montreal's playing smart. And that man is doing a slow burn. He is an angry human.
Well, the entrance into the zone, a lot of time and space. Quick little play there by Galchenyuk, and Tuukka Rask does not see it with all the people standing right in front of the blue paint.
Krug's just a young player, his 3rd NHL game. Colby Armstrong's a veteran. He just pile drives him right into the shooting lane. 20 in white, pushes 47 in black, right into the eyes of Tuukka Rask. And Rask looks at him and says, "What are you doing? Get out of the way."
And no hesitation at all. That was the key on that play. Galchenyuk with a real good pass, but Subban does not stop it.
Subban's 10th. Galchenyuk and Eller the assists at 2:53. Sagan hit. Rebound almost found its way there. Fed right to the back again.
Well, the Boston Bruins got exactly what they needed. A huge goal by Dougie Hamilton, but they've had a couple of real good chances. The quick play through the middle of the ice. Brad Marchand up to Patrice Bergeron. What a pass on the backhand off the post, but they stay right with it. And Seguin gets it to Hamilton. Price not able to move over and goes top shelf over the glove.
Andre Markov speed wobble. Too many minutes against 19 in black. They're attacking him with speed to the outside. That creates the initial chance. Seguin keeps it alive. And what a finish by Hamilton. They are attacking Markov. Montreal better insulate him, or Bruins are going to back in quick.
To the corner, they battle for this one. Centered in front. Marchand flew one on the backhand high. He scored!
Eddie, it's a matchup that won't work. Seguin against Markov, no good for Montreal. Doesn't work. You could see it coming at the end of the first period. Back-to-back for Andre Markov. He comes off the ice shaking his head. Foot race situation. Seguin against Markov. He wins the race. Puck out front. No defense. Evelyn went over to help him. And Marchand takes advantage. Good assist to Paul Julien, decided my lines aren't working tonight. I'm going back to what works. Marchand, Seguin, Bergeron. It works.
Boy, a breakdown defensively for the Montreal Canadiens. Marchand standing all by himself.
Trickled right back in again by Travis Moore. Owen moves in with Seidenberg, rode him off, but Seidenberg outreached him. Bergeron able to give it back to Dennis Seidenberg. German-born defenseman holds with this and fires one ahead. Laid back up the wing, Marchand all alone! Getting a piece of it with Price! Marchand dealing with it in close quarters with Georges. Again with that cumbersome stick. Fed one that went through Bergeron. Chara holds the cross. One-time shot is blocked. Bergeron scores!
Well, we talked about the stick of Josh Georges. He's left-handed, but he's got a right-hander stick because he broke his stick. He's not sure how to use it. He's not even ready to play there. You got to figure out how to get that puck and shovel it up and give yourself a chance. And it was just a matter of time. The shot by Krug blocked, and then Patrice Bergeron. What a period for Bergeron.
He's just a spectacular talent, a leader. He learned how to lead from Mark Recchi, and it carries forward from there.
Left wing area of the ice being right-handed, advantageous to put that puck to the net in the back of the net.
Brought back on by Tracy.
Andre Markov again gets caught standing still. He's out of gas. You can see it at the tail end of the first period. They got to get Jared Cannordi on the ice. Can't keep playing five defensemen.
Giveaway in the middle of the ice. Watch the play right here by Rich Peverley. He catches his puck and chips it up along the board. Excuse me, that's David Krejci. He makes the play himself. Krejci to Horton, back of the net.
Watch 79 in white standing still. No way can he match pace with Krejci there. Creates a 2-on-1, and Nathan Horton just sticks it. Great saucer pass by Krejci. Nice finish by Nathan Horton. The whole breakdown happens in the neutral zone because they didn't respect the speed of Boston.
But held nicely by Subban. They say he kept it onside, and so it's set up now. Markov a shot, and that one kicked back out in front as Giunta was tangled up with Seidenberg. Short-handed, the Bruins back in a shot, just off the glove hand of Price. Rattled all the way around where Giunta is able to accelerate ahead. Drops it on back to Plekanec. Led one across that Ryder couldn't grab, and it's cleared back down the ice. Long toss by Price, whacked back in by Plekanec, but taken by Johnson, and then to Hamilton, and then the blast back down again. Subban stops that in the last 7 seconds of the period. They gain the zone, and Giunta has it swept away. It's carried back up ice by Paille. Paille, a shot, save made by Price, and the siren will go.
Good help there by the crowd, letting Paille know that he had to shoot the puck because time was coming off the clock to end the second period.
Price at the bench. Peter Budaj in goal. So pushing a couple of buttons of his own. Trying to inspire his team with a change of goaltender.
Eddie, what do you think if this thing gets one more for Boston? Do you think we have a chance for a little mayhem?
We've seen some in the first period already, and then the officials sort of tamped it down. But it is a power play for Montreal with 12 seconds on it. Ferentz still has to serve that into the glove of Budaj to the stick of Subban.
I would say there's probably a good chance of that, Pierre. Always looking to set the table for the next time.
That's what I think is going to happen. I agree.
One more next time in the regular season, and then who knows at playoff time. Gianta flips it along. Trouble for Ryder. Chance for the Bruins. Ferentz moving in. And there is a delayed penalty call. Marchand ridden off. Yemelin sent it further. Chara chopped it across. Taken on by Rick Peverley. And here's Peverley with a shot over the glove hand of Budaj.
That voice you can hear is Tyler Seguin yelling, "Rip it, rip it."
Sent back to Chara, who can. And lets it go, and a save made by Budaj. Marchand turns. Hamilton, or check that. Bergeron with it. Marchand side of the net. Peverley! Oh, and another save, Budaj! And he's able to cover. This is Paille. Defended pretty well by Bouillon. Paille pulls free. Off of Thornton. Back to Chara for a drive. Turned aside. A little bit of a half-speeder there because of the deflection, but Budaj reacted to it.
Already in front of the net.
That one knocked down and punched aside by Bouillon. Martin back. Canadiens in the midst of a change. Then Gianta. A kneeling block that fails. Plekanec moves back ahead. He's got Ryder. To him. Score! 4-3.
The Bruins are furious. The Canadiens had too many men on the ice, and they got caught right there. They are furious.
Well, Andrew Ferentz decides he's going to try to keep this play alive, but unfortunately he misses it, and then you got two Montreal Canadian players coming in on a 2-on-1. Ferentz makes a bad read. He just misses it, and then a perfect pass. Thomas Plekanec over to Michael Ryder. One-timer, no chance for Rask.
No, that's a great play. And the former Boston Bruin, Michael Ryder, comes in last year, 35 goals with the Dallas Stars, and he snaps that one home. He's been hot since going to Montreal for Eric Cole.
And Plekanec never really looked at Tuukka Rask. It almost seems like he was, didn't matter what was going to happen, he was going to get that puck over to Michael Ryder.
This one hooked across. Marchand a shot, and that blocked aside by Yemelin, and he locks up with Marchand. But never a bad play. Sliding play made by Subban keeps play alive. Ryder on back to Markov. Markov angled it across. Plekanec with the read there. To the back. Subban a shot, and a pad stop is made by Rad. Taken on by Halpern and given on back to Yemelin and a shot, and that one forced away by Krug, who steps to it, fires it back off, shrugged down by Yemelin, and then carried on as far as center, and here comes Marchand. He's got a man up the wing. Seguin! Score!
Eddie, there's no substitute for speed. That's unbelievable quickness. Just insanely quick. You see Seguin driving with his speed. Marchand forces it with his speed, and watch Seguin just pull away. So forehand, backhand, and Paille beating Budaj.
Oh, what a pass there by Brad Marchand. And the one thing with Tyler Seguin is he shows shot. Watch where this puck is. He fakes it and brings it all the way past the goaltender and lifts it up over the right pad of Peter Budaj. When you have speed like that and the puck is in the shooting position, it keeps the goaltender honest. But once he brings it in front, he's either going to move it or shoot it, and what a goal.
Gallagher has gotten the Canadiens back to within one. 7:42 to go. It's a one-goal game again.
You get last change in your own building. Coming off a TV timeout, Claude Julien goes with Rich Peverley, Milan Lucic, and David Krejci. Wants two center icemen on the ice. Montreal does a great job keeping the play alive. And then Max Pacioretty, a little drop pass to Gallagher. He just follows the shot as it caroms off of Dennis Seidenberg. Eddie, I know you like this. Gallagher doesn't quit on the play. He follows the shot off Seidenberg's face and right to the net for Brendan Gallagher, and he makes it a one-goal game.
Boy, how beautiful was that pass by Max Pacioretty. Skate to the right, drop it back to the left. You have support. The Canadiens being aggressive along those boards as they were in the first period. I think it was Josh Georges that pinched in to keep the play alive. Desharnais was there in a good spot to support. And it's a one-goal game again.
To Subban, has Markov across and gives to it. Held there and briefly back to Subban. Slugged one to the outside. It went off Plekanec. As Gianta behind, gave it to him. Gianta fed one in front. Oh, and a save made by Ryder. It popped up high in the air. Glove down there and controlled by Subban in the final minute of regulation time. One-goal game, power play Montreal. Led on back to Subban again. Shoots one and it's blocked wide by Rask. He got a pad on it. Work back up high and into the mesh. Kept it alive. Subban crisply across down to Markov. Fires, and that one blocked away by Pandolfo. Pacioretty holding there. Floats it back around the boards. Plekanec to the back to Subban. Back to Plekanec again. Given on back to Markov. Drifts a bit. Shoots one. Score! With 8.2 to go.
That was just amazing composure by the Canadiens. They never quit on a play at all. Subban and Markov. Markov is just basically barely able to get to the bench. He's so fatigued.
Boy, Andrei Markov, this puck is going to go back to him. Time is coming off. Great patience. Watch him hold it here, right here. He waits, and now he just wrists it to the front of the net. And Brandon Gallagher standing right in front of the net, not sure if he got it. Or the stick of Chara. But the shot by Markov.
Yeah, that's Markov's goal. That doesn't touch Gallagher's stick.
Chara's stick.
A game of meaning tonight in Boston. Neither team giving it all. Canadiens led by 2. Bruins led by 2. And we are going to take extra time to decide this. Marchand and Bergeron to begin it. Marchand moving back in with it. Knifed away by Georges. He and Bouillon the defense. Plekanec and Gianta up front. Marchand able to drift around behind. Led it to the back. Hamilton with it there. Wrist one. It's blocked up high in front. Marchand dueling for it there with Bouillon. And Bouillon able to settle things down, giving it across to Josh Georges.
When you try to angle a guy like Zdeno Chara, especially when he's going offensive.
Seidenberg a shot and a pad stop by Budaj. Tumbling down to the ice with Seguin, and we get a stoppage of play.
Emelin tripping or holding. Greg Kimberly caught him.
Krejci taking a look. He's got Seguin at the back, Bergeron at the front, and Chara. Seguin, Chara, deflected up high off someone. I think it was Mullen. Meanwhile, it goes back down the ice. Georges is trying to get off the ice, and he can't do it. Carried on by Seguin. Dropped on back to Chara. Fired around behind Seguin again. Touched it further, and Halpern tries to clear and squibs it out to center where Chara gets it. 7 seconds to go. Bergeron got it back up the wing to Krejci. Save made! Oh my, Budaj came up big, and the siren is gone, and there will be a shootout. Budaj got a piece of it.
Well, Tyler Seguin, Pierre showed the third period goal that he scored by faking the shot and then going to the backhand. He comes in with speed, slows up, and tries to shoot back to the other side. There was room on the ice.
Galchenyuk has not taken one. Hit the post.
Little forehand, backhand move here by Galchenyuk. Close, but not close enough.
This guy's got some sick moves coming up. Bergeron.
3 for 5 this year in shootouts is Bergeron. No!
Yeah, he lost it.
He lost it, you know.
Well, he was thinking about coming back the other way. Looks like he's going to go here. He's going to put the brakes on and come back, and yeah, he lost it.
He used that move against the New York Islanders earlier this year. That time he scored against the Islanders. He didn't score against Budaj.
Best percentage shooter is Desharnais, 47.1%, and here he comes. He followed through. There was a collision with the goaltender, and they say no goal.
Chris Rooney says it's no goal. Eddie, it's because of the continuation by Desharnais after the shot on goal.
Yeah, he makes the stop right there. That's the stop, and then it looks like the knee. Looks like the knee of...
Yeah, you can't touch it twice. That's why Rooney makes the call.
Yeah, the initial shot went off the pad,
shot.
and then he slid in and followed her through. Yes, the puck crossed the goal line, but as Pierre made mention, referee Chris Lee waved it off right away. So again, the shot comes, the save right there, play is over, and then it follows through and hits, I believe it hits the knee of David Desharnais.
That's right, it hit the knee. Right there. That's a right call. Good for Chris Rooney. That's a tough call to make. Rooney was right on it.
We move ahead with no goals having been scored thus far. Krejci 1 for 3 this year. Saved by Budaj.
He made that look easy, huh, Eddie? He made that look real easy, Peter Budaj.
Well, there's room along the ice. If you're one of the Boston Bruins shooters and you see what's gone on the last couple of times, there's room on the ice. They don't ask how it gets to the back of the net. Just get it there. There's lots of room on the ice.
Eller 1 for 1 this year. Save made by Rask. We move on.
And if you're Brad Marchand, you were watching Krejci on Budaj as we take a look. Good stop there off the blocker of Tuukka Rask. Brad Marchand, you shoot the puck really quick on the ice, I think it ends up in the back of the net.
2 for 4 this year and lifetime. No!
There was enough net there, too. And you were right, Eddie, along the ice. There was net there.
Will there be time for another Bruin to learn? Or will this be it? Michael Ryder. No! Rask stuns him to inning 5.
Michael Ryder tries to outweight Tuukka Rask and isn't able to slide it between the legs.
Number 18.
Horton 0 for 1 this year, 28% lifetime. Save made by Budaj, who has stopped Horton in shootouts 2 out of 2. It is Plekanec. Low percentage, but sometimes that's where you get fooled. 4 for 24 lifetime. And in he comes on Rask. No! 5 goose eggs apiece.
Tried to cut back at the last second. Forehand to backhand.
It is Peverley. Save Budaj.
Peter Budaj's like Pac-Man right now. He's just devouring pucks.
Remarkable performance by him. And now it is Gallagher. 0 for 1 in shootouts this year and his career. Score! And the Canadiens have gotten the extra point and lead the Northeast Division.
Final score of tonight's game, Montreal 6, Boston 5.
2 goals late. 1 with 8.2 seconds to go that forced overtime. It couldn't be settled there. It took a shootout, and it took a long time.